Hello and welcome everyone to the Gold and Silver Club end of week review for the 21st of March 2014, presented by myself, Phil Carr, and Nik Kalsi at the Gold and Silver Club. Today we will be reviewing the latest developments in the commodities markets, analysing the week's performance. We'll be looking at the post-FOMC the charts following on from the big moves that we saw, very lucrative moves that we got on the FOMC statement. The live session will cover an end-of-week summary for commodities, gold, silver, oil, natural gas, coffee. We'll be looking at the top trade of the week, live market commentary, technical analysis, gold in particular looking very interesting right now. We'll look at the week ahead, so key events looking forward. The top 6 news announcements you need to take note of for commodities as we move into next week. And, of course, answer any questions you may have on today's webinar too. So the big news this week was really gold price hitting a 3-week low on the FOMC statement. So gold price has slipped on Wednesday to a 3-week low following the highly anticipated FOMC statement. So it signaled the Federal Reserve could hike interest rates in 6 months after the current bond buying program ends. By Thursday, gold prices fell to a low of $1,320 an ounce, during gold's biggest one-day sell-off in 3 months, which presented commodity traders with highly lucrative sell-short opportunities. Overnight, gold prices were back to above $1,330 an ounce. They're actually at $1,341 right now, just knocking on the door of some resistance. So bargain hunters stepped in to buy overnight, and just this morning as well, we've had a nice spike to the upside. On Wednesday, the FOMC announced they would taper monthly asset purchase by $10 billion to $55 billion per month, which the markets expected. However, the FOMC shook the financial markets by announcing an upward revision to its benchmark interest rate forecast. So the market became nervous on the prospect of rates being raised as early as March 2015, something traders weren't expecting. And the end of the bond buying program is open-ended and also open due to interpretation. So based on the current pace of taper, the Fed predicts its bond buying program could be completely unwound by October, and the USD surged. We'll take a look at that very shortly. Absolutely surged from the FOMC statement, which in turn has been bearish for the precious metals, and now we're seeing reversal. We're seeing some selling off on the US dollar index, and now gold finding some support this morning. So certainly the big question now is, will gold make a comeback or continue to fall next week? So we will be with you looking at the technicals on that very, very shortly. So just before we do so, just a very brief background on the Gold and Silver Club. I'm Phil Carr, professional trader, trainer and speaker. I'm the co-founder and director of the Gold and Silver Club. I specialize in teaching people how to make money from trading the most lucrative financial markets in the world: gold, silver, oil, natural gas, the commodity currencies. I've trained thousands of individuals to become independent traders and successfully manage their own investment portfolio. I'm responsible for the research and the development of the Gold and Silver Club trademark strategies that have a proven track record of returns for traders. Also a regular contributor to a number of financial publications, speaking at numerous trading seminars, webinars and workshops. Joining me in running the Gold and Silver Club is Nik Kalsi, professional trader, investment analyst and speaker. Now, Nik began his career within private wealth management in 2002, before making the transition into proprietary trading, and prior to co-founding the Gold and Silver Club, spent over 5 years coaching professional fund managers and traders internationally for some of the world's top-tier hedge funds and investment banks, and through his first-hand relationship with some of the world's most successful traders, discovered the formula, mindset and tools that give any individual the definitive edge to trade in any economy, and also regularly writes for a number of global business and financial publications that we've appeared frequently on financial TV. So that's a bit of background on ourselves, the Gold and Silver Club. I can see there's lots of familiar faces on the call and some new faces as well. So great to see you back here, been here before, and for those just joining us, we'll be taking a look at the charts very shortly. In fact, gold just breaking out right now from a resistance level, 1341.82. On the move, certainly it's on the move today. Metals are in play this morning, so we'll take a look at that shortly. So gold price currently trading $1,341.55 per ounce, looking very interesting. So the top trade of the week, we've had some really nice sell shorts on gold this week, particularly from the FOMC, which we hit our profit targets on just yesterday morning. So we're looking at gold at the moment. We've got some nice buys on currently, but really one of the top trades of this week, very straightforward trade as well for a swing trade, was coffee. Just a sell short on coffee earlier on this week. Nice setup on the weekly time frame. We got into that on Monday morning, and really nice swing trade, just down for 205 points, actually fallen slightly lower than that since this update was done last night. And the risk on that was 75 points, and we had 205 points up at that point. We're now actually down to 171.50 in the price, coming down to the next Fibonacci level. So we still continue to be in this swing trade, so a nice 2.5 to 1 at that point. Coffee has been one of the best performing markets of 2014, had 50% move so far this year. We are due a bit of a pullback, and you can see with such an exponential move to the upside, it's very quick to give back its profits now as stop losses get hit. So this has been a fantastic swing trade this week. So with that, let's move across to the live technicals, and we will take a look. We'll firstly look at the US dollar index. Of course, we'll look at gold, and we'll take a look at what we can expect really over the course of next week. So gold's getting a really nice move on this morning. Who's long gold today? Anybody long gold at the moment? Gold is having a really nice move right now. Yep. Forex Eagle, yep, does indeed look good. So let me move my screen sharing to screen 2 here. That should be on the US dollar index. Okay, good. So this is the US dollar index, right? So what you need to note at the moment, let me just make this nice and clear for you. So the US dollar index, this was the huge surge we got on the FOMC announcement here. So the price come all the way up here, had a big surge on the US dollar index, actually come up, and it's hit a key resistance trend line. We've also hit a Fibonacci level, and we've come just shy of the 50-day moving average. So at this key level here, if we now see a reversal, we seem to be getting some profit taking. If we see the US dollar index come down and reverse and come all the way back to the lower end of this trend channel, we would expect gold then to break out to the upside. I mean, gold is breaking out right now, $1,342 an ounce. I mean, from a big fall last week, you've got to remember we spiked up on the Sunday open to 1,392, and we came down as low as 1,320. 700-point downward move since Sunday. So will we get an equivalent move all the way back up? Will be very interesting to watch this. We'll take a look at gold very shortly. If the US dollar index was to reverse and break out of this downward trending channel and get above 80.32, get back above the 50 MA, you could get a move up to about the 200 MA here. That would certainly put pressure on gold. Doesn't look like it's going to do it just yet. Certainly not with the move we're getting on gold. So that's the inverse correlation. This is the US dollar index, okay? So let's move over to gold. Here's gold. Beautiful surge on gold this morning. Look at that go. Got a nice doji yesterday, just broken above the high of that doji today. 4-hour time frame looking pretty good. Got some resistance coming up here, $1,345 an ounce. Got a really nice buy set up just in the morning here. So we had a really good little trade on here. You can see we've just come here and we've just circa hit, coming up to our 2-to-1 profit target here. Got a nice risk to reward on that, and we've got a nice surge just this morning. So the next level of resistance I'll be looking at here on gold this morning is $1,345 an ounce. That's where the Fibonacci is. Above that, we can get a clean break above that level, 1,354. Then we'll be looking at 1,362. The levels are all clear on my chart there. So these are the key levels we'll be looking at. Just modify this slightly. In fact, there we go. We've got, for some reason, that fib. Let me just cross-reference this with another chart. So we're just going to take a look at the 10-year bonds quickly. Getting a bit of a lift here this morning. There we go, actually. Yep, gold is actually coming up to key level right now. 1,342. Next level above that, 1,345. So that fib level was just out on the chart. So there we go, 1,342.54 will be a key level of resistance. Then if we break above that, 1,345. So it looks good. Got a V-shaped reversal pattern going on here as well. Nice neckline about 1,342. We get a breakout above that. We could have a nice another about 100-point move to the upside. Definitely gold's in play at the moment. One to watch right now. Let's just take a look at silver. Silver actually finding support just at the lower end of this downward trending channel at the moment. We can see here where silver has, it's just coming back up to its 50 MA at the moment. The downward trending channel got a big move to the downside on the FOMC moment. You don't really want to be long in play right now. Just go over to the commodities, the energies here. I really like the move that we're getting on WTI at the moment. We're getting nicely supported at some key fib levels just this morning. We can see there is a key resistance level. Key resistance level just here around the 90, let's have a look, yesterday's high, 99.42. I would definitely keep an eye on gold this morning, and I would also keep an eye on WTI. We're getting a nice move here at the moment, just broke above another key level. I'm looking for a nice surge above 99.42, up to 99.50, then 100, which would take us to around the 200 MA here. So definitely WTI is going to be a key one to watch. We did see Brent break out earlier on today as well. If we move over to Brent, it's just coming up to a little bit of resistance around the 107 level here. But if Brent can break out of this, we've been in a nice trend channel actually on Brent over the last few days. Keeps on finding support at this key level here. As we're testing this you can see very clearly 1, 2, 3, 4 bounces. Nice precision set up yesterday, and we've had a nice move up to some resistance at the 107 level. So Brent again is going to be one which I would watch this afternoon, see if we can get a break above 107 and shoot up here to 107.81. There's a nice gap in between there. Don't see much resistance here if we can break above 107. So we could be due about 60 to a 75-point move there on Brent. Definitely one to watch, and WTI as well. WTI are doing really well. If it can break above 99.42, 99.50, I would like to see a move to the 100 levels. That would represent about a 50 to 70-point move to the upside from where we are right now. Let's just take a look at some of the softs at the moment. Here's coffee. So coffee weekly chart absolutely tanking still. So we've now moved 250 points. Next target here 168.10. If we go over to the daily chart, you can see just DMA's all crossing lower here as we continue to grind lower. So coffee's been a really nice sell short, nice swing trade this week. Just each day, just kind of lower lows, lower highs. It's been really nice. Wheat, we've had some nice breakouts to the upside, broke out on the FOMC as well, and we've just found a little bit of support here at the 2.69, the 6.97 level. So really nice trend line which we've got developing here on wheat. Wheat continues to be one of the best performers of 2014 so far. You can see just we've had an absolutely huge surge here from the end of January up to the beginning of March, or mid-March we're into now. We've just had a huge surge. So wheat continues to break out to the upside, continues to stay within this upward trending channel. So I'll be looking for potential buy opportunities near to this Fibonacci level, near the current levels right now, around the 60.98.25. See if we get some another buy entry around this trend line. So wheat looking very interesting there as well. If we move over to natural gas hasn't fared as well this week. It is finding a little bit of support this morning. We've been in a downward trending channel. We're coming into the spring now. The natural gas demand isn't as high as it was back in the winter months, December, January, February is typically when we see natural gas break out. Had a huge surge in the earlier part of January into mid-February, but since then we've been consolidating. We've got a very key level of support here, which we're finding the market just hovering around at the moment. We can take a look at the monthly. Monthly was a huge inverse hammer which got actually triggered this month, and we seem to be just grinding lower here on the weekly as well. So looks like potentially more downside here for natural gas as well. Okay, so if we go back to take a look at the oil, so 99.35, so WTI, definitely one to be watching. So I'd say really the top picks of the day, top ones to watch are going to be WTI. We want to keep an eye on Brent as well, see if we get a breakout of 107. Actually, Australian US dollar has been fantastic. We've had just continued within this upward trending channel. We had a nice signal yesterday, both on the 4-hour and the daily as well, which will continue to be in this trade. Had a really nice move. I'm looking for some potential resistance coming up to the weekly highs at the moment. So we'll see how that goes at the moment. We've got quite a strong correlation with Australian US dollar and gold. So we've seen a nice surge on both just this morning. And finally, if we go over to the copper market at the moment, copper, it's been consolidating along this, we've got two levels here you need to take note of, 2.9967 now to 2.9000. We did have a little break just prior to the FOMC, which immediately retraced and came back within the consolidation. For a nice breakout here, I'd like to see copper just get back above the 2.9925 level. So we've got some resistance there, but you can see copper getting a bit of a lift alongside gold this morning. You can see that little surge that we're getting currently. Okay, so those are really the top ones to watch at the moment. Definitely Brent, WTI, gold's going to be in play as well. So I would keep an eye on these markets this morning. Certainly a lot going on, a lot of potential opportunities here. And what we'll do, we'll move over to the key news announcements that we want to keep note of over the course of today, moving into next week. There are 6 important news announcements that we want to take note of. Okay, so these news announcements are as follows. Next week, we've got Monday the 24th of March at 1:45 a.m. GMT, 9:45 Eastern Time. We have the Chinese HSB manufacturing PMI. So this is a leading indicator for the whole economy. When the PMI is below 50, this indicates that the manufacturing economy is declining, and a value above 50 indicates expansion of the manufacturing economy. So China is a big buyer of gold, silver, copper and oil, and a stronger than expected numbers should be taken as positive on the metals and energies, and a lower than expected number should be taken as negative. So this number has a big impact on gold, on silver, on copper and oil. So very tradable announcement that we're going to get on Monday. Next major announcements for the commodities is the US crude oil inventories. That's at 2:30 p.m. GMT next Wednesday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. That data reports the number of barrels of crude oil commercial firms have in inventory. Commercial firms report their inventory levels to the Energy Information Administration on a weekly basis. So a higher than expected reading should be taken as bearish for crude oil, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bullish. That's very tradable every week on a Wednesday. That's the next major announcement we need to have in the diary for trading commodities. Next Thursday, 26th of March, 2:30 p.m. GMT, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the US GDP. That measures the analyzed change in the inflation-adjusted value of all goods and services produced by the economy. It's the broadest measure of economic activity and the primary indicator of the economy's health. So a higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, which is bearish for gold, and a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish for the US dollar, which is bullish for gold. Next Thursday, we have US pending home sales. That's at 2 p.m. GMT, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So the National Association of Realtors pending home sale report measures the change in the number of homes under contract to be sold, but still awaiting the closing transaction, so excluding new construction. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar. A lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. That again will inversely affect gold and silver. Next Thursday, 26th of March, we have the US natural gas storage, which is also important for our commodities trading, especially the energies. 2 p.m. GMT, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. The Energy Information Administration, they provide this report measuring the change in the number of cubic feet of natural gas held in underground storage during the past week. So that's, whilst it's a US indicator, it has a big impact also on USD CAD, on oil price, on WTI, but mainly US natural gas has the biggest impact. Great, very tradable announcement every week. And then we have Friday, the 27th of March, we have the US Michigan Sentiment. So the University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index rates the relative level of current and future economic conditions. So there are two versions of this data released 2 weeks apart. The preliminary data tends to have a greater impact, so a higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish for the US dollar. Okay, fantastic. So those are the key 6 announcements we need to take note of into next week on the fundamental side. There's a lot going on this morning. Actually, you can see WTI starting to break out a little bit at the moment. Definitely keep an eye on the oils this morning, and certainly the metals, gold in particular, is looking very interesting. A few questions there just relating to the different time frames we use. We use a combination of different time frames. Really the best way to find out more is you can find out more about our live trading room program, also our Gold and Silver Club Mastermind workshops, and how to join some of our live trading live for various announcements that we trade in FP, FOMC. You can get all of that information at the following. You can call us on the numbers on the screen at either our London, New York, Johannesburg office. You can fill in the form www.jointhegoldandsilverclub.com, or simply email us at office@thegoldandsilverclub.com to find out more information about upcoming workshops and how to join the live trader room and the Gold and Silver Club exclusive international community. You can also subscribe to our newsletter just at thegoldandsilverclub.com. Get free weekly gold, silver, oil, natural gas, commodity currency news, live market analysis and prices. So do, of course, take advantage of that. Okay, fantastic. Well, guys, that's pretty much a wrap for this morning. There's loads going on today, a lot of trade opportunities I'm seeing at the moment. So with that, we'll call it a wrap for today's session. I wish you good luck with your trading. If you want any additional information, do get in touch with us. Have a great week, and we'll catch you back here the same time next week, okay? So take care, everyone. Have a great weekend and a great day. Cheers. Bye-bye.